Hello again, everybody. It's Harry Box, the technical trader at techtrader.com. It's Thursday, August 17th, and down goes Frazier. The markets are really not in good shape. You could just take one quick look, at the S&P 500, and you'll see what I mean. S&P's been down now for 3 weeks. From a high of 46.07, today's close is 43.70. It's 237 points, about 5%. Most pullbacks are at least 8 to 10%. So I'm thinking we are going to come down to 42, somewhere between 4,200 and 42.25, 30 in that area, maybe. Depends, of course. That's the long-term trend line. That's what I'm thinking that. We've also had basically multiple waves up here and a pullback, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up here. And I warned you that this was fifth of a fifth, and at this point. And what I should have done is given you some more shorts, but I gave you 3 good ones. We'll go over them during the course of the day today, along with what's left of the longs. Let me tell you that approximately a half of my swing longs have been stopped out over the last week, based strictly on technical breakdowns, and that's exactly why you have stops. Let's go over them. AAOI is still intact, but as you can see, it's pulled back. From the spike high a couple of days ago, on Tuesday at 1590, today's close was 1281, so it's already off 3 points. Excuse me. The key for me is this high and these pullback lows. So 1140.50, 1135.50 zone, if broken, could lead to a steeper decline. It takes it back down towards 9.5, 10. So you do not want to be involved with that if that's the case. And let's not also forget it's had a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-way move. Now, some people interpret this as too short a wave, and this is actually the 1, 2. This is 3. It could be 1, 2 of 3, and then we get 3, 4, and 5. So, this could be a lot higher if the market cooperates, but if it doesn't, we may get a deeper pullback on a lot of these stocks. ADMA broke out, put a swing on it, held great for 2 days, but then the market has pulled this thing back, unable to get through 465. It's pulled back to the breakout point at 427. Be careful. Stop is under 4. Dutch Brothers broke out with a major breakaway day, but could not get through secondary resistance. It's pulled back too, and it's at support. Maybe stops quickly if it doesn't get going. Cldx. Well, I will say that this one is beautiful. I'm not sure if it's going to survive, but 1, 2, inverse head and shoulder breakaway, pullback, pop, and beautiful flag, actually. We can even call it a falling wedge, but here's the bottom line. It's had from this leg 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm still looking for a fifth unless we break down. The stop is under, I'd have to put it under about 1085. Crox. This is on the short side. This head and shoulder top broke. The bear flag formed. It broke down under the bear flag. Has now been down 5 days in a row. And 8 of the last 9, taking it from 108 down to 92. It could be the tip of the iceberg, though. My targets are now 82, 73, and 65. EVLO on the long side, broke out of a wedge. We put a swing on it. It's been coiling for 3 days, trying to hold on while the market comes down. It's holding very well. Technicals look good. I would hold on for now. Fngr has pulled back for 3 days, like most stocks, after what looked like a beautiful coil developing near the apex of a larger coil, if you look at it that way. So, but this is a 1, 2, 3, 4. And then a move up that formed the coil. So maybe this is the large 1, 2, and we have just begun a major move. However, I would have to say that my current short-term support is 445. Yesterday's low is 450, and the 50-day moving average comes in around 419. Up to you where you set your stops, but I would start putting half there and half there, meaning 440 and 390 have to be stopping points because this could be back to 2.5 again. It's just that kind of stock. FRPT, well, broke out of a beautiful base, exploded in wedge, but it looked like it was going to blow. Today's market just dragged it down. This dropped 6% today and broke out of the flag to the downside. Now there's still room to hold in the 72.3 zone, but I'm getting more concerned about most stocks on the long side right now. LYTS. And today was a major breakaway, explosive type move. And even in the worst part of the market today, this continued to move up. Let me show it to you. What a wonderful day for this stock. We got in on the pullback for a swing. Right now, what I'm looking at is a March high up at about 16. That's your target. We get through that, the 16 zone, we might see 18 or 20, but again, market cooperating, of course. On the short side, MANH, and I checked, this is an incorrect quote because there was one share or 80 shares traded there, not a lot. The stock actually closed at 185. And we're looking at a daily chart, that's down around here. So the stock definitely got hammered, but it did not break this low. And once it gets under 183, it completes a topping pattern. And actually, the topping pattern may have already, look, the trend broke, the moving average is rolled over. It bounced twice, could not get through, and rolled over today. Now, again, that's not a correct quote. My targets now are going to be 174 and 165. Neogen, I broke out, put a swing on it, but it moved right back. I'd have to say at this point, I'm going to raise my stop to protect the position to about 22. 2180. NNOX, well, the way it looked today, and when it came down off of here and then bounced, I've said, let's put a swing on it. It did move up a little and then backed off at the end of the day. After hours lower as well. But it's a very volatile thin stock. All I know is I saw we made a great trade in here and then it rolled over, and I mean hard. When I saw it today testing this gap, I thought if it holds here, it may be a great buy for move into the 12, 14 or better range. So we put a swing on it. Let's see what happens there. ORIC, well, broke out yesterday after flag. You know, here's what was a breakout and flag where we put a swing on it. It then popped and pulled back and then popped again. I like the look of it overall. I think 11.5 and 13.5 3/4 would be targets, but you've got to keep a stop on it in case the market caves. 7.5 is your stop. OUST broke out. I put a swing on it, but it did not follow through. You can see that the June high resistance at about 740, the high 3 days ago, 764. I made a nominal breakout, could not hold and backed off with the market. Keep your stops in place. I like it for 9.5 if the market does go. POWL broke out with a massive move and we caught it during the breakout point. It moved quickly from 75 to 90, I believe. Yep, and now it's pulled back to 75 again. Key support at 65, more importantly, the gap at 73. You can choose to stop at under 73 if you like. That is support number 1. R&W is still intact. It actually had an update today, finishing up a dime in a lousy market. Always a good sign, but right now, coming out of a V bottom and a rising little wedge, I'm looking for a test of the 685 and 7.5 area, market permitting, of course. RPD popped out. We put a swing on it. This one's also pulled back quickly, and now I'd have to stop it under 45.5. And finally, TSAT. We did a great swing on this one as it went from 12 and change all the way up to 18 very quickly. Actually got to 19, I think. I'm sorry, 1780. I'm wrong on that. And it pulled back to 1440 very quickly. It's on support. And secondary support is down here at 1160. Long way down from 14, so be careful here. It may be vulnerable. Nevertheless, a beautiful base and a major breakout to resistance, so I'm not surprised it pulled back. I'd like to see it back and fill, form a flag or a coil, then go again with targets at 18 and 23. And let's look at some of the remaining longs and shorts at the TechTrader.com swing list. Bye now.